Alright, so what we're talking about today was being able to take these notes that we know from our spider exercises, using our fingers on each different fret and having all this great mobility, and then taking these chords that we know and being able to play them two different ways. Knowing that our chords have a major and a minor. In both, we could accent the minor sus or the major sus using the second or the fourth. That way, once we learn all 7 shapes, we have 14 shapes to move from. We add on our susses, our 2s and our 4s, which can be both played at the same time or individually. When we use those in combination with using our major 7s and our dominant 7s, it opens up a world of different tones. Much more than salt and pepper. We have all these different spices to throw on these for originality. So what I could say is the best way to do this is to play a chord or 2 and go back and forth between those in a good measure and learn how to play those scale notes over the top of them. And what you'll notice is these spider exercises have given you the mobility to take the concept of, let's say in the key of G, to have those notes and being able to solo over the top of something. So I'm going to just play G major to F major. And what I'd like you to do is just play around with some of the tonal notes that we have. Make sure you look at your 3rd to your 4th and your 7th to your 8th, which means you're going to have in the key of G, A, B to C is going to be your half step. So you're going to have as your half step, and then as your last half step, you're going to have F sharp to G. So between those two, if you're playing in the key of G, those are going to be where your meat and potatoes are. Wherever you're playing, just try and keep in mind that the 3 and the 4. So in F, your 3 to 4 would be between your A and your B flat, and then you've also got your G sharp to your, not your G sharp, your E to your F would be your half step. So I'm going to play these for you, and what I'd like you to do is just noodle over there. Use your major scale, which is going to be your do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, whole step, half step. Whole step, half step. In G, we're going to have a G, an A B, a C, a D, a E, and an F sharp. Now the F sharp is going to be a diminish. We have the G major, A minor, B minor, C major, D major. D major. E minor, and then our F sharp diminish is going to have all 3 triad notes for our F. What do we have? We've got the G, we've got a C sharp, and an A. When those in correlation are played, that triad makes your resolving your resolution tone. So we've got a major, minor, we've got B minor. After B minor, we're going to have a C sharp diminished, and then resolves to D. If we're in the key of G, we could do the same thing, but our resolution note would be F sharp diminished. So try and think about those tones while playing, and I'm going to play a G major to an F major for you. process, you were hearing something that had some of these notes for the major and then for the F. Any one of those notes would have done. They're all within both of those different scales for the Ionian mode. Next week when we get together, we're going to talk about how to differentiate the two different types of scales, what to look for when you have different increments. Let's say we went from a G major to an F sharp. That half step means we have two different modes that would work perfectly, if not a third or fourth one. Today we learned the, let's start on the A, I guess. A to B, where A to B flat is a half step, B flat to C is a whole step, C to C sharp is a half step, C sharp to D sharp is a whole step, D sharp to E is a half step, E to F sharp is a whole step. See where I'm going? We've got a half step, whole step, half step, whole step, half step, whole step, half step, whole step, and that is called a diminished mode. You can also do that backwards. Whole step, half step, whole step, half step, whole step, half step, whole step. And it does the same thing. It accomplishes the same thing whilst playing diminished right before resolutions. I hope those all sank in. If you have any questions, give me a buzz. It was good seeing you. I'll see you next week. Aloha.